Hi, and welcome back to our fifth and final session-by-session training video for JA Ourselves. Today we are going to take a look at the fifth session entitled A Penny Shared. The items that you will need for this session are your guidebook, the key term cards, the certificate of achievements. You'll need to complete another set of the name tags for the students. You will need these story card sheets, the journals, and you will need the storybook entitled Charlie Plants a Garden. In this particular session, our objectives for the students are for us to explain to them the importance of giving, and also to help them organize a chronological sequence of events. As you look at this particular session, you will see the talking points talk about the students and leading them into a discussion. If you had two apples and you didn't need both of them, and would you share one of them? Would you give both of them up? How does sharing make our world a better place? That will lead you to talk to the students about sharing an example of maybe a time that you shared something or donated something to a worthy cause or an organization that benefits from the community, such as the local pantry. So with that, you will go into the story of Charlie Plants a Garden. And the overview of this particular story is that Charlie's grandmother recalls when she planted a vegetable garden. Charlie and his class decide that they want to start a neighborhood garden, so they talk to their teacher, and by doing this garden, that they can share some of the food that they grow with the local food pantry. Also through this story, they're going to raise some money by selling some seed cups to earn some funds, because they need to buy some garden supplies such as a hoe and watering can, so forth. So as you will see, really the story's objective is the importance of earning money for a worthy cause and to give to others. So after you read the story of Charlie Plants a Garden, you'll want to conclude asking the students, okay, so what happened in the beginning, and what was the middle part about, and what did we find out in the end? This story is also a great opportunity, if there is enough time in the classroom, to throw in a little science lesson. What are things that we need to grow a garden? Why is sunlight important? Why is watering a garden important? What are some jobs that you have in the garden that you could do to make your garden even better so it produces more? If there's enough time to ask those questions, it's a great way to tie in that science component. Back at the students' tables or desk, you're going to hand out their journals, asking them to turn to page 5. Again, encourage you to have the students fold it in half so they only see this page that they're working on. You'll hand each student one of the story cards that looks like this. The objective is to tear it apart, fold it in half, so the students end up with 4 pieces. You'll ask them to put them down, it doesn't matter which order, but to put them down in front of them, and with their finger to point to the item or the picture that happened first in the book. So everyone at the same time will point to which card they think happened first. As you read this story, obviously it begins with Charlie and his grandmother talking about when she was young and she planted a garden. So then the students will put that in box number 1. And then you'll do that with the remaining cards until they have each of the story cards in the correct order. The instructions call for the students to glue the cards down into place. I learned a wonderful little teaching tip from the students themselves that their teacher taught them dot, dot, not a lot. So that you might consider doing that. It just takes a little bit of glue to hold these cards in place. You could also do Scotch tape, but the glue does work, and the students do like to be hands-on with this activity. After you complete that piece, you can have the students complete giving means to make a gift of something. I like to give because, and have them fill in the blank. If you did the choose a balloon and color a balloon for each of the visits that you were there, they'll want to complete the 5th visit. And these journals will actually go home with the students. It is tradition for our volunteers to do a graduation ceremony at the end of the 5th and final visit as kind of a celebration for the students because they completed their JA course. So you will want to ask the students to come forward when you call their name. Again, these should be pre-printed or handwritten out before you get to class. And when you call the students up, ask them to accept the certificate, and you can also teach them to do a handshake. This is a great way to introduce them to accepting or receiving something and what to say when someone gives them something. It's also a nice way to show them a proper handshake, not a limp fish or a super gripper, but just a nice firm handshake, and to look someone into the eye when they are shaking your hand. That concludes our 5th session of JA Ourselves. On behalf of Junior Achievement, thank you for your commitment to the students, their teacher, and to our organization. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next year.